Imagine waking up every morning knowing that every single person around you would die for you. Not die for you like sacrifice themselves. Die because of you. Because if anyone hurt you, even by accident, they were executed. That was life as a cat in ancient Egypt. And honestly, it sounds pretty good. It didn't start with worship. It started with a problem. Around 4,000 years ago, Egypt had a rat situation. Their grain stores, the thing that kept the entire civilization alive, were constantly being destroyed by rodents, snakes too, and nobody could figure out how to stop it. Then cats showed up. Nobody invited them. They just wandered in from the desert one day, saw the rats, and got to work. The Egyptians watched this happen and came to one conclusion. These animals are clearly sent from the gods. And once you decide something is sent from the gods, things escalate fast. So what did a cat's actual day look like? You wake up whenever you want. There is no schedule. There is no alarm. A servant, yes, a servant, is already nearby, waiting to see if you need anything. You stretch, you yawn, you knock something off a table just to see what happens. Nobody says a word. Breakfast is whatever you want. Fresh fish from the Nile, meat, bread, whatever the family is eating, you're eating too. Actually, you might be eating better than most of the humans in the house. After breakfast, you do whatever you feel like. Walk around, sleep in a patch of sunlight, stare at a wall for 20 minutes. The humans watch you do this and think you're communing with the spirit world. You're not. You just like the wall. Here's where it gets serious. The Egyptians had a goddess named Bastet. She was one of the most important deities in the entire Egyptian religion, the goddess of home, fertility, protection, and good fortune. She had the body of a woman and the head of a cat. Every cat walking around Egypt was considered a living representation of Bastet herself. Not a symbol, not a statue, the actual goddess in physical form living in your house eating your fish. There was an entire city called Bubastis built in her honor. It had one of the largest temples in all of Egypt. Hundreds of thousands of people would travel there every year for the festival of Bastet, which by ancient accounts involved a lot of music, dancing, and was reportedly one of the biggest parties in the ancient world. All of this because of cats. Now here's the part that really puts it in perspective. Hurting a cat in ancient Egypt, even by accident, was punishable by death, not a fine, not prison, death. There are recorded cases of Egyptian mobs killing Roman soldiers on the spot for accidentally injuring a cat. Egypt and Rome had a tense political relationship at the time, and killing Roman soldiers was basically an act of war. The Egyptians did not care. You touched the cat, you die. Simple. When a cat died naturally, the whole family would go into mourning. They shaved their eyebrows, they beat their chests, they wailed in the streets. The same mourning rituals used when a human family member died. The cat was then mummified, carefully, with linen wrappings, sometimes with a painted face, and buried in a sacred cat cemetery with offerings of food and toys for the afterlife. Archaeologists have found cat cemeteries in Egypt with over 300,000 mummified cats. 300,000. And now the most unbelievable part of this whole story. In 525 BC, the Persian king Cambyses II was trying to conquer Egypt. He needed to take the city of Pelusium, which was one of Egypt's most heavily defended borders. His army was struggling, so he came up with a plan. He had his soldiers round up as many cats as they could find and carry them onto the battlefield. Some accounts say they painted cats on their shields. Some say they literally threw cats into the city walls. The Egyptian soldiers refused to fight. They would not risk harming a single cat, not even to defend their own city, not even to save their own lives. Cambyses walked right in. Egypt fell. A civilization was conquered because of how much they loved cats. So the next time your cat knocks your drink off the counter and stares you dead in the eyes while doing it, just know there was a time when that cat would have been a god, and deep down, they all still remember. Subscribe to Max. Every week we cover the things you never knew you needed to know. See you next week.